Yeah, so I'm also going to record this because this is going to be a series of mini lectures. And I'd like to, refer back to them and, um, have people give access to this information later on. So this is the Conjo Crypto and Blockchain Meetup. My name is Wesley Scholl. We're going to be going over the basics of crypto and blockchain and Bitcoin. So I joined the crypto and blockchain space early this year. I've got firsthand experience purchasing, selling, transacting, staking 50 plus cryptocurrencies. You name it, I probably either owned it, sold it, traded it, moved it, something. I've mined Bitcoin, I've mined Ethereum. I've published quite a few articles on crypto and blockchain both. On PublishHawks, I've got my own website, and they're on a few other websites as well in the space. I'm recently certified as a blockchain expert from the Blockchain Council, and I'm actually working towards a Bitcoin certification as well. Currently, I run 9 different crypto server nodes. So I have a Bitcoin node. I also run Energy, Presearch, and BitGreen, and I can talk about these a little bit later. But currently, I'm building a solar crypto miner. This is a business, and this is my full-time job. I love this stuff, and I'm a U.S. Marine veteran, and I was trained and served as an IT systems administrator. So today we're going to cover crypto and cryptography, blockchain, Bitcoin, and the Bitcoin pros and cons. I just wanted to say that, this is not investment advice. This is just informational and educational material. If you do decide to invest, it's on your own prerogative. I just advise do your own research and make sure you do a lot of it, because this space, there's a lot of different things out there, and so this is not investment advice. So the first topic, crypto. What is crypto? Crypto is short for cryptography. And cryptography is the process of converting data between readable and unreadable formats. So what do I mean by this? This is an example of cryptography. So on the left side, we have a little text string, what is blockchain? And it's shown as a hashed cryptographic string. And actually, I use the same cryptography function that Bitcoin uses, SHA-256. So, cryptography, the history on that, it's been used, thousands of years ago. A prime example is in Julius Caesar's time. They would use something called the Caesar cipher to randomly assign a new character. They basically rotate the alphabet by a certain number and then assign a new letter to each, and then they were able to make codes and then decipher them. So yeah, nowadays it's all done through computers, and specifically for this presentation, crypto refers to the strong cryptography used to secure crypto, blockchain, and the networks. Crypto in this space is also, short for, cryptocurrency, a crypto network, that type of thing. But typically, many of these currencies are using some form of cryptography to securely store their information, to transact, to prevent hacking, that kind of thing. So cryptography is very important, specifically for Bitcoin and others and other cryptocurrencies. So,
sorry, I have a
oh yeah,
question.
go ahead. Sure, go ahead.
Sorry, you said that most of the cryptocurrencies are using cryptography. Are there any that don't?
Not that I know of.
Oh, okay. So that was just a wording. Okay.
Yeah,
Understood.
not that I know of, but I'll take a look into that.
Okay. Thank you.
Yep. So blockchain is the next topic we're going to cover. What is the blockchain? The blockchain is a connected list of digital records, which are called blocks, and they're linked together using secure cryptography. So what does this mean? Each connected block contains cryptographic information about the block before it, and therefore it forms a secure chain. And so the example that I'm going to give is a train. The train is made up of many different cars. So say we were to add one train at the end. When it links, then the entire train is a full set, and they're all linked. But before that, it is unlinked. And so just the same way, blocks, they have information about the block in front and then the block behind to connect them all securely. And once they're connected, they can't be changed, can't be hacked. It's a permanent record. And Bitcoin specifically, it's been more than a decade, and the network and the blockchain has never been hacked. So it is very, very, very secure. Another thing about the blockchain is that they are distributed, which means that they're verified by many different peers on the network. And peers are servers, computers that host the blockchain and then verify each transaction that comes through. So if I was to send a Bitcoin, a small amount of Bitcoin to my brother, this transaction would be verified by one of the peers. And if the transaction is deemed to be valid, that peer would write that transaction into a block, and then that block is transmitted over the network. So this is an example right here. This would be a peer, and this would be the block. So if this peer here received the block information, then it would send it to all the other ones on the network, and until every single peer on the network has an identical copy of the updated blockchain with all of the transactions. So each peer hosts a separate but identical copy of the blockchain. And the reason for this is primarily network security, and also resiliency. So say half of the Bitcoin network were to somehow power down or lose power, that's okay, because as long as just a handful of peers or nodes, these servers are running, the Bitcoin network will survive. It's not like a centralized database where you have one centralized authority that can be taken down. There have been multiple cases, with Facebook, Google, various other big websites that have been attacked and taken offline temporarily. This kind of thing can't happen with Bitcoin because of the vast network and the decentralized nature of it. So even if one peer was to go down, or even if, say 100 peers were to go down, it's irrelevant, because the rest of the network has identical copies of the blockchain. And really all of them would have to be taken down for the blockchain to become offline, which is it's kind of impossible. At least at this point, because there are tens of thousands of nodes on the network at any given time. And they're all over the globe too. So that's the other thing. So, the blockchain, the process, when a new block is added to the blockchain, the most recent transaction is sent across the entire network for verification. I just talked about this. It actually, one transaction is not going to be sent across the network. It's actually a group of transactions. And so, typically, I've been viewing the blockchain as it comes in, kind of on a daily basis with my node. Typically there are thousands of transactions in one block, right? So let's say there are 1,000 transactions here in the block. This node gets it, sends it out, and then it's duplicated onto the ledger, onto the blockchain for all the other peers. And so that most recent block is added to the chain. It becomes permanent, and then it is updated across the entire network until every single node has the new updated version of the blockchain with all of the most recent transactions. So, like I touched on before, blockchains are immutable, which means that they can't be changed. They are resistant to tampering, forgery, modification, that kind of thing. And Bitcoin was the first cryptocurrency to introduce blockchain technology to the world. There are many other cryptocurrencies out there, but Bitcoin was the first to introduce this specific blockchain technology, and it has stood the test of time. It's like I said, it's been around for more than a decade, and it has still yet to be hacked. It is really ironclad. It's world-class security.